How long does it take to make my super detailed Lego models? That question is very hard to answer. It's a difficult question because time is an enigma. It's an illusion caused by the interaction of our brain and the universe. Sometimes an hour can feel like a minute, and sometimes a minute can feel like a lifetime. It's a difficult question to answer because the fundamental nature of time is impossible to fathom. Also, it just depends on the model. Sometimes super intricate models come together like that, like my brain just kind of knows where the pieces go, and at the same time, sometimes really simple shapes I struggle with and have to rebuild and rebuild them. This yes-no brick took me about 6 hours. I spent the same amount of time making half a dozen variations of this phone only to come in the next day and knock out a much better version in like 30 minutes. For models that I'm just using as a joke in a video, I try to keep the build time under 30 minutes. That's a lot faster than I used to be a couple of years ago, but a big part of it is knowing where to put your time. Like, this ostrich has a very expressive face, but the legs are just like sticks. I added a little knee on there to give it a touch of detail. But this is still an effective model without having to get super detailed in every part of it. Like the coffee pot that I made recently, I could have spent a long time trying to further fill in these gaps, but the hours I would have spent experimenting with that would have only improved it a little bit. Or maybe it would have actually taken away from this design. I don't know, but I don't want to spend all those extra hours when I can be spending them building other things. And especially for something fully imaginative like a spaceship, you could spend hours refining and tweaking it. Or you can get to a place where you're pretty happy with it and then set it down and just build like 6 more spaceships. If you're just constantly creating new stuff, you're gonna get much better, much faster. And then you'll get to a point where something you build in half an hour looks better than something you spent days on, years ago. Does that make sense? I don't know. If you take away one lesson here, just remember, time is an illusion. Bye.